Good morning, I'm David Street, and this is your Sportsman 60. This is David Street, bringing you the game recap of today's much-anticipated orange and blue game. This is David Street of Gator Vision, bringing you tonight's game recap. Rupp Arena has a reputation for being one of the most difficult venues to play in, and the Florida Gators are well aware of that. Hey guys, David Street here of ESPN Gainesville, here with Ron Brooks, head coach of the Buchholz Bobcats baseball team. David Street here of ESPN Gainesville, here with head coach Mac Rendeck of the Santa Fe Raiders baseball team.
Here's what's trending now on ESPN 98.1 FM, 850 AM WRUF.
Good afternoon. This is David Street. Good morning. I'm David Street, and this is your Sportsman 60. It's a big weekend for orange and blue sports. The UF track and field team is hosting the Tom Jones Memorial, which began this morning at 11. Numerous decorated runners are there, including Olympic gold medalist and former UF athlete Karen Clement and reigning outdoor national champion Keandre Bates. The Gator baseball team will begin its weekend series against the Missouri Tigers tonight at 6:30. The top-ranked Gators have won all their SEC series so far this season. Right-handed pitcher Brady Singer will get the start on the mound tonight. On the women's side, the Gator softball team will begin its weekend series tonight at 6 against the South Carolina Gamecocks. The Gators have been struggling lately, dropping 3 of their last 5 games. Other Gator events include men's tennis today at 5 against Alabama and lacrosse tomorrow at noon against Marquette. Finally, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the top-seeded team in the East, defeated the New Jersey Devils last night 5-2 in Game 1 of the first round. Game 2 is tomorrow at 3. That's your Sportsman 60. I'm David Street. This is David Street, bringing you the game recap of today's much-anticipated orange and blue game. The game had over 50,000 spectators. Head coach Dan Mullen said he wanted to see the stands filled up, and he certainly got his wish. Fans were treated to the quarterback performances of Felipe Franks, Kyle Trask, and Emory Jones. Franks, who started last season as a starting quarterback, showed that he could do as much damage with his legs as with his arms, as evidenced by these couple of rushing touchdowns he had in the game. Making his much anticipated comeback was running back Jordan Scarlett. Just look at the way he barrels through these defenders. Is it any wonder why he's the favorite for the starting running back job? The orange team ended up winning in a shootout 35-30. Thanks for watching. I'm David Street. This is David Street of Gator Vision, bringing you tonight's game recap. Rupp Arena has a reputation for being one of the most difficult venues to play in, and the Florida Gators are well aware of that, picking up their first win there since 2014. It was a back-and-forth game from the start of the opening tip-off up to the end. Jalen Hudson led all Florida scorers with 17 points off the bench. It was far from a perfect game, however. The Gators finished just 6 of 30 from beyond the arc. Their three-point defense, however, was on point, as they held Kentucky to 417 shooting from beyond the arc. The Gators won 66-64, and head coach Mike White was pleased with his team's defensive effort.
I know we're a hell of a lot better defensively than we were in October, which gives us more of a chance night in and night out. And to win one like this, if you asked me coming into this one at Rupp going 6 of 30 from 3, I would have said no way.
Next up for the Gators, they'll take on South Carolina Wednesday at 7. For Gator Vision, I'm David Street. Thank you for watching. Hey guys, David Street here of ESPN Gainesville, here with Ron Brooks, head coach of the Buchholz Bobcats baseball team. Congrats on the victory, Coach.
Thank you very much.
No problem. You know, one thing that's been in my mind all game was your pitcher, Luke Baker, wasn't feeling himself, at first. He allowed 3 walks early in the game, but top of the second, you went up to the mound and talked to him, and right after that, he looked a lot sharper. I want to know, what did you say to him?
We just talk about some keys with his mechanics. There's some things that he does effectively when he throws effectively when he does some things on the mound mechanically correct, and he was just getting away from those a little bit. In fact, he came out and had a really good first inning.
So Baker's no-hit bid came to an end, and unfortunately right after that, Forrest also scored a run. How did you manage to calm your team down after that run was scored?
We have good leadership. We got 3 seniors that do a good job of that. I really don't have to police that very much.
All right. I'm David Street of ESPN Gainesville, here with Ron Brooks, head coach of the Buchholz baseball team. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much.
David Street here of ESPN Gainesville, here with head coach Mac Rendeck of the Santa Fe Raiders baseball team. Well, first of all, Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Yep. Well, your offense put on a clinic tonight. 15 runs scored on 600 batting average from 10 different players. It seems to me that balance was a huge effect for your team tonight. What did you like about your offense?
I think, the biggest thing we talked about, our offense is all about hitting fastballs and hitting line drives and ground balls. And tonight we did that. Even when the second kid that doesn't throw as hard, we were still able to somewhat sit back and hit line drives, which we've been doing the past few weeks. We've been averaging around 10 runs for about the past 3 weeks worth of games. So obviously we're really playing well.
All right, then finally, Coach, you guys will take on Columbia tomorrow. Can you give me the keys to that matchup?
Sure. Biggest thing, we played them earlier, and we had a few errors in that game that cost us. And we talk all the time, 1 or 2 plays can be the difference in the game. So play defense, throw strikes, and then some timely hitting will be big for us tomorrow.
Cool. I'm David Street of ESPN Gainesville here with Mac Rendeck, head coach of the Santa Fe Raiders baseball team. Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Here's what's trending now on ESPN 98.1 FM, 850 AM WRUF.
Good afternoon. This is David Street. The Super Bowl is this Sunday at 6:30. The AFC champion New England Patriots will take on the NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles. The Patriots will be looking to win their 6th Super Bowl in franchise history, as well as their 3rd in 4 years, while the Eagles will be looking to win their very first Super Bowl in franchise history. Miami Heat point guard Goran Dragic was named an All-Star by NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. He will be replacing Kevin Love and will play for Team LeBron. The Tampa Bay Lightning will be in Calgary tonight at 9 to take on the Flames. The two teams played earlier this season, with the Flames beating the Lightning 5-1. That's what's trending now on ESPN 98.1 FM, 850 AM WRUF. I'm David Street.
ESPN 98.1 FM, 850 AM WRUF.